Welcome to Yoga with Subhash. In today's segment, we will practice a few of the asanas or stretches that will help you with the low back pain. These asanas, when done regularly, will strengthen your spine and help prevent any further injury or pain in the low back area. So let's get started. Let's come up onto the hands and knees. Position the hands vertically under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Spread the fingers wide, keeping the palms flat and firm. Now this pose is called the cat and cow stretch in English or Marjarasana in Sanskrit. So when you inhale, lift the head and tailbone up and dip the navel down to create a nice arch in the spine. As you exhale, just do the opposite. Lower the chin down, tuck the tailbone in, but lift the navel up toward the ceiling. And let's just do this a few more times. Inhale, head and tailbone up, navel down. Exhale, navel up, head down. As you finish the next exhalation, finish the final sequence, then bring the spine back to the neutral position for a moment. And from here, we'll come up sitting on the knees for a gentle camel stretch, Ushtrasana. Again, a very nice stretch for helping with the low back. And so let's place the hands on the waist. We'll join the thumbs together at the very lower part of the spine. And this movement will keep the shoulders rolled back. And we'll do these movements, synchronizing the movements with the breath. So when you inhale, push the thumbs forward, tilt your head back, push the thighs forward and buttocks forward. And as you exhale, straighten the spine and without bending forward, release the buttocks all the way down on top of the heels. And let's do this a few more times. Inhale, go up, tilting backwards by pushing the thighs and buttocks forward. Head back, exhale, once again coming all the way down without bending forward. Let's do this a few more times. And as you finish the next round, complete the final exhalation. Just rest and relax for a moment. Either in Vajrasana, which is to rest your buttocks on the heels. If this is not comfortable, just relax in the Sukhasana for a few moments. And now, just do a couple of asanas from the reclining position, lying down on the abdomen. So let's lie down on the belly, rest for a few moments here. You can spread your feet apart, either keep the hands alongside the body or fold the elbows under your chin. Just rest for 2 or 3 breaths. And now next we'll do a gentle Bhujangasana or the Cobra Pose. So bring the feet together, place the palms right next to the chest, elbows are close to the body, and very gently as you inhale, begin to lift the head up, chest up. Try to keep the elbows bent and close to the body. Keep the navel down. Only go as much as comfortable. If it begins to bother your back, lower the head down, lower the chest down. If it doesn't feel comfortable to do this pose, we can do an optional pose, which is to keep the elbows on the floor. Place the elbows directly under the shoulders and then try to lift the chest up gently. Again, if these poses cause any discomfort to the back, just rest with the head down. And from here, we're going to rest the cheeks on the palms and just relax for a couple of breaths here. And do a very gentle movement of the legs now. Alternate the legs. Bring one heel close to the buttocks and then the other heel close to the buttocks. Gentle and smooth movement. And then pause. Once again, lift the head up. Again, keep the elbows on the floor. You can interlock the fingers in front. We're going to pose we call the plank on the forearms. So in this one, we're going to curl the toes under and then slowly lift the knees and thighs up. Bring the body completely parallel to the floor. Push the heels backwards, shoulders slightly forward. So the body is perfectly straight with the heels, buttocks and shoulders in a straight line. And this pose is great for the shoulders, for the spine and for the lower back as well as the core muscles. Stay in this position for whatever duration you're comfortable with. And then finally, come down slowly and again rest for a few more breaths here. And now slowly roll over onto your back and then just rest for a few breaths on your back. Now do a pose called the Pavanamukta Asana or the Windrelieving Pose. So just bring the feet together. Let's start with the right leg first. So bend the right knee. Lift the foot up and hold the shin with the two hands. And then very slowly begin to bring the knee closer to the chest. Keep the head on the floor. And just stay in this position for a few more breaths. Keep breathing. And then release the leg down. Switch sides now. So fold the left knee. Hold the shin with the two hands. And again, keeping the head on the floor, guide the knee closer to the chest and stay there for a few breaths, 2 or 3, 4 breaths. Again release, bring the leg down and rest there for 2 or 3 breaths. Next we'll work on the leg and hamstring stretch. So once again let's fold the right leg, and this time we're going to hold the back of the thigh with the 2 hands. Stretch the leg up straight if comfortable. Try to push the knee and the heel away from you while curling the toes down towards you. So toes are pointing down, heel and the knee is pushed away. And then try to bring the leg closer and closer to you. So this is going to give a deep stretch to the hamstring and to the back of the knees. Strong and flexible hamstrings also can support the back very effectively. And then slowly bring the leg down. And let's switch sides. So again, fold the left knee, hold the back of the thigh. Try to stretch the leg up straight and vertical. Try to push the heel and the knee away from you. Point the toes down towards you. Deepening the stretch on the back of the leg, the hamstring and the knee area. And maintain a gentle effort to bring the leg closer to you. And then slowly release and come down. Just relax. Now we'll do a pose called the bridge pose. So bend the knees, bring the heels close to the buttocks, place the heels hip distance apart, keep the arms alongside the body, palms facing down. And now putting pressure down with the heels, lift the buttocks up as high as you comfortably can. When the buttocks are all the way up, if it is comfortable for you, join the hands, interlock the fingers, roll the shoulders back to lift the chest up, and pull the shoulders and the hands away from you towards your feet. At the same time, slide the feet back towards your hands. Stay in this bridge pose or the Setu Bandhasana for a few breaths, maintaining a gentle pressure with the heels down to keep the thighs and buttocks lifted up. Keep the feet and the knees parallel to each other. And then slowly bring the arms out and then very gently release the back down to the floor. Rest for a couple of breaths. And the counter stretch for the bridge pose is the Pavan Muktasana. So bend both the knees, lift the feet up, wrap the arms around the knees, hug the knees to your chest. Keep the head on the floor and the tailbone on the floor. Stay there for just a few breaths. And then slowly release. Stretch the legs out on the floor. Relax for a couple of breaths here. And next, we'll do a pose we call the reclining twist. So let's bring the feet together, You can stretch the arms out into a T. Let's start with the right leg. You're going to lift the right foot up, bend the knee, place the foot on top of the left knee. And then use the left hand, place it on top of the right knee. Slowly begin to guide the knee closer to the floor on the left side. Gently turn the neck over to the right shoulder. Keep the right shoulder completely on the floor and then roll the hip up, the right hip, so you can bring the knee closer to the floor on the left side. Stay there for just a few more breaths. And then slowly bring the leg back up, release the pose, stretch the leg straight, pause for a moment, and then we will switch sides. So bend the left knee, place the foot on the right knee, and then use the right hand, place it on top of the knee and guide the knee closer to the floor on the right side. Turn your neck gently over to the left and keep the left shoulder firmly on the ground throughout. Roll the left hip over as much as comfortable in an effort to bring the knee close to the floor on the right side. Stay in the final position for a few more breaths. And finally come back to the center. Once again, stretch the legs straight, rest for a moment. Let's stretch the right arm, overhead back, roll the body to your right, and gently pressing with the left hand, come up to a sitting position. And just relax for a moment here. And finally, we will do the pose called the Ardha Matsyendra Asana, or the seated spinal twist. So let's stretch the legs out in front. Keep the legs straight, feet together. We're going to start with the right leg. Again, fold the right knee, place the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Try to keep the foot flat and knee vertical. Place the right hand behind your spine on the floor. Wrap the left arm around the knee. And using a gentle pressure, pull the knee and thigh in towards the abdominal area. Roll the right shoulder back and gently look over the right shoulder. We try not to put too much pressure on the right hand that's behind you. Try not to lean against it. At the same time, keep the spine tall and vertical. With an effort from the left hand, we're going to try and bring the thigh against the abdominal area. Light pressure. And we'll stay in this position for a few more breaths. Finally, twisting a little more and gently release. Come back to the center. And let's switch sides now. So bend the left leg. Place the foot on the outside of the right knee. Keep the foot flat and the knee vertical. Place the left hand behind your spine on the floor. And then wrap the right arm around the knee. Again with a Gentle guidance. Bring the knee and the thigh in. Rolling the left shoulder back. Looking gently over the left shoulder. Keep the spine tall and vertical. And stay in this position for a few more breaths. Finally, twisting a little more, and then gently release and come back. Back to the center. Rest for a few breaths. And if you're comfortable, we'll sit up in the Vajrasana. Sitting up on the heels. We'll do a pose called the Mandukasana or the frog pose. So let's make a fist with the two hands. Thumbs are inwards. Fists. Place the fists at the lower part of the belly. Thumbs pointing backwards toward the abdominal area. Keep the spine straight. Inhale here. As you exhale, begin to bend forward. Go as far as you are comfortable and then stay there for a few more breaths. And then slowly begin to come back up as you inhale. And finally release the hands. And once again sit comfortably in Sukhasana. And relax for a few moments now. And I thank you very much for practicing the simple asanas with me, which will help you with the low back pain. I hope you will enjoy practicing with me, and I hope to see you back for a future video. I look forward to hearing back from you with your feedback or comments. Namaste, and have a wonderful day.